What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Y'all want to hear about how I went from a construction worker to an IT career in 6 months? Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. And thanks for sticking around. Now, if you do me a quick favor and smash the like button and click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you'll be notified of when I create new videos, that'd be perfect, right? And so we're gonna get into this story. So this story begins in October of 2015. Ironically enough, it's October of 2021. So that's 6 years to the month this story began. I had been a construction worker for the previous 8 years, right, since 2008. I was a construction craft laborer. I worked for the local labor union in the town I lived in at the time. October 2015, I lived up north. In the wintertime, the ground freezes, so most of the construction work comes to a halt. Everyone who works construction usually takes off the winter, and you know, you can draw your unemployment. You got a vacation fund you've been building up for the year, and you can basically take that time off and do whatever you want. And that's exactly what I used to do. When wintertime came around, I would just basically take 2 or 3 months and just loaf around the house, live off the money I saved and unemployment, and do basically nothing. Gain about 20 pounds every year and then lose it back in the summer. It's October, it's 2015. And I just decided that I didn't want to do construction anymore. What else could I do? It was a lot of factors that played into that decision. Wore out on the job. My current boss at the time was tripping. And I was like, you know what, I ain't got time for this. I was working 17-hour days. Now I was getting paid, but I was killing myself. You know, I can't recall the exact day that I said, this is what I'm gonna do, but I do remember what was going on. So I started thinking about what else could I do that would pay me reasonably well enough to make a living and that I didn't have to kill myself working this construction. What else could I do? I'm thinking. And one day while I'm just sitting in front of the computer doing research, you know, a light bulb went off. It just clicked. IT, computer repair. I've been messing with computers since I was a teenager, and I love computers. Like, I've always been interested in computers. I've always been tinkering with them, but I never thought about it as a career. It was just something I did, a hobby in my free time. And besides, I used to do other stuff that required computers, so I had to learn about it. Boom, it clicked. I'm like, okay, I think I can, I'm pretty sure I can do a computer career. And it looked like those jobs pay some decent money. Right as I'm getting laid off for the winter, you know what I'm saying? I've been sitting around the house maybe a couple of weeks. I was like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. Normally, it's October. I would go back to work, you know, end of January, maybe the end of February. So I said to myself, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this whole winter. I'm going to see what I can learn about the IT career, right? If I feel comfortable enough in 3 months with pursuing this, I'm not going back to the union. I'm done. I'm not going back. This last year that just passed, my last year. So I hit the grind hard because I knew I only had 2 or 3 months. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So after I started doing all the research and everything, I found out that IT certifications is a quick way to get into the IT field without a degree, because I didn't have no degree whatsoever and had a GED. No degree, no formal training or work experience in computer maintenance, hardware, IT, none of it. I was a construction worker. So I said, I'm gonna give myself 4 months and I'm gonna learn everything I can. If I can get this certification, then I bet I got a chance and I'm going for it, right? So I started studying. I bought the books. I went online to the forums. I studied my ass off, right? For 2 months straight. Didn't do nothing else. Didn't go outside, didn't go to the club, didn't go kick it, nothing. All I did every day, I would wake up in the morning, grab me a Red Bull, go into my little office room I had created, and I sat there all day researching IT, learning IT, studying IT, reading a book, watching videos, the whole night. After 2 months, I'm finna go take the test, right? Now, this is the first certification exam I ever sat for. I don't know what to expect. I'm nervous. It's all new to me, kind of, but I'm determined. I go take the exam, pass it. I'm like, oh, yes, right? I'm so happy and excited, right? Because the fruit of my labor is paying off. I'm working now. We about 2 months in now to my winter break. I got the A+ certification. I'm like, shit, I think I can, I can do this now. If I can get me a job real quick, I'm just not going back to construction. I'm in there, we moving forward. So I started applying for IT jobs, help desk, whatever I could, entry level, on the job boards. I fixed up my resume, made a resume because I didn't have one previously. I made a LinkedIn account because I didn't have one previously. I made new email accounts that didn't have street names and slang and all that on it, used my real name. And I just started cleaning up my social media image, online presence, and getting my ducks in a row, so to speak. So I'm applying for jobs, The whole time I'm still researching the IT career field, the industry, what jobs are in demand, where the jobs are in demand. So while I'm doing this research and while I'm looking for jobs, I also decided I was gonna go to the next certification that CompTIA offered, which was the next Network Plus. So I'm like, if I get an A+ and a Network Plus, it shows that I got knowledge for computer hardware, computer software, and networking, and that's gonna be a win on the job interview side. So then I realized that I'm in a small market. The town I lived in, wasn't a very big town. The IT career market wasn't very big. So I started looking around, what are the hot spots for, IT career? Because I'm like, okay, I'm transferring from a whole different industry with zero knowledge, zero background, zero experience. I need somewhere that's booming so hard with IT jobs to where they just gonna, you know what I'm saying? If I come in with 2 certifications, they ain't gonna worry about the experience, because they need bodies, they need the work. And then once I get in the door, I already know I can take care of it. Once I get my foot in the door, the rest is me. I know my drive, I know my work ethic, I know my initiative. That's not gonna be a problem. So I'm researching markets, I'm doing all kinds of research still. A little bit of time go by, a week or so, and I start looking at Dallas. And I see that Dallas has got so many Fortune 500 companies, and I'm knowing that every one of them got a computer for every person that worked there, right? So that is a lick, you know what I'm saying? And then we got dozens of Fortune 500 companies here. It's a big metropolitan area. I'm knowing that this is a good place to start throwing out some feelers. Like if I get a job, I should be able to get a job relatively easy in a market that big, right? So I started looking at Dallas. I started looking at jobs in Dallas. Just so happened I had a family that lived in Dallas, and just so happened they called me, and after me telling them my plans and what I was thinking about, they offered me. They say, "Come on down. You can stay with us when you first get here. This will be your landing pad, and then you can do what you got to do after that." And initially, I wasn't even gonna take that offer. I'm like, nah, I don't do living with people. I know it's family, but yeah, I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I gave it a little more thought. As I keep doing more research, I'm still working on my certification. I'm still thinking of this dream is coming more and more real to me in my mind. I'm giving it more thought. I'm like, you know what? This might be my shot. This might be the key, right? So it's probably let's see. Now it's December. It's like 3 months in. I've gotten my A+ certification, and I'm about to go sit and take this. I'm about to go sit and take the Network Plus certification. So little time go by. I go sit. I pass the Network Plus certification, and that's solidified it, right? I know I'm going now. I know I'm doing this. I know I'm going to change my career. I passed both of these certification tests, and they wasn't easy, trust me, on the first try, but I studied my ass off for them. Now, I had computers at the house. I would take computers apart and put computers back together all day long. That was it. Now, I just had to make a plan. You know what I'm saying? I got to make a plan of how I'm going to pull this off. I'd already decided I'm not going back to the labor union. I'd already decided that come February or March, I'm gonna try to be getting up out of here, right? Right after the first of the year. As soon as the new season starts here, I'm gonna be leaving, right? So I started making plans. I booked a flight to Dallas for a week to come down, survey the land, stay with my people for a week, filled out job applications, and even went to job interviews while I was here for that week. So I've been lining all this up. I'm online, filling out job applications. I got interviews while I was still in Illinois. So I come down here after my birthday in February for a week. I got 2 interviews lined up here, and I'm still putting in resumes, submitting resumes every day. Plus, I'm coming down to survey the land. I need to see what the housing market is like, how much it costs to rent a house or apartment, where we gonna live, how far that is from work, all that. So I fly down, I do nothing but research. I'm grinding on this. I'm looking for housing, I'm looking for employers, I'm surveying the areas, all that, right? I stay here a week, I go back, and it was it. I was like, you know what? For sure we can do it. We're gonna do it. I did a couple interviews while I was here. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna get a call back. So I go straight home and instantly start selling shit. Okay, we selling everything. Both of my cars, everything that ain't coming with me, that ain't attached to attached to me, is getting sold. I closed all these accounts. So I spent the next month preparing for the leave, selling everything, piling up my money, arranging all my affairs, getting everything ready to go. Come March, we ready to leave. You know what I'm saying? I done sold all my stuff, rented a U-Haul. I'm gonna drive it from Illinois to Texas, and we finna move our whole life out of here. First week of April, we in the U-Haul, pew, gone. Drove straight to Dallas, got settled in with the fam, got straight to work though. First week I was here, I had my driver's license, voter registration card, had bought a vehicle. Then me, my fiance, and my daughter. It was just us 3 who came down. So we get here, first month, didn't find no job, right? Found out that my background was going to be a problem. I was putting in so many resumes. I was getting calls all the time, but I would go interview. They didn't really do background checks that big from where I was from, so I wasn't really up on it. When I got here, it seemed like every job did background checks, and my background wasn't the best, right? And so I was getting denied jobs because of this background. So I knew right then and there, I gotta fix this. So another branch of me doing everything was finding out how to clean up my background, get my record expunged and all that stuff. And I did it all. Can't find no job, finally do find a job after about a month and a half of being here. So now I'm working. We living off the little money that we had saved before we came. My wife didn't start working right away. She was my fiance at the time. But then she got a job. Now she working. Now we both I'm making like $13 or $14 an hour. She making like 10 or 11. You see what I'm saying? The benefit is that right now we stand with family. But I got a whole lot of work to do, and I know it. So still not buying nothing but what we need. We still holding on to our little checks or whatever money we get. And while I'm working this new job I got, I'm still studying IT. I started taking my associate's degree, and I'm looking for a house. I knew I didn't want to rent after surveying the market. It's terrible. It costs as much to rent a place as it does to buy one. And so I was just gonna buy a house straight from my people's place. And I had planned all of this to happen in 6 months. So we going through the motions. I'm working a job, I'm studying IT, I'm taking my associate's degree classes, and I'm looking for housing. We just making it happen, taking care of our business day by day. So now it is May, or maybe June. So 6 months ago, I was a construction craft laborer of the last 8 years. I am now a entry-level IT technician in a whole new state, making a significant amount of money less. Last year I made, 2015, that year I made $62,000. 2016, that year I made $17,000. So it was night and day, the income changed, right? But we was buckled down and we was committed to it. I knew that I was going, if I worked real hard, I could move up fast and get my income back to where I needed it to be. So by September, on September 1st, I done moved into our new home, right? I got the mortgage, we got the house. September 1st, I done moved into the new house. I got 2 jobs now. I'm working a day job and a part-time evening job, both in IT. And you know, we moving right along. Life is good. It's hard, but it's good. Like, I worked so hard to make this happen. And in less than a year, our whole surroundings, outlook, life, background, all that stuff has changed. So then I started working on my background because I knew that I couldn't get in high level or secure levels of IT without getting that cleaned up. I filed all the paperwork, submitted all the stuff, went back, got my record expunged. I'm good now. I can pass a background check and the sky is the limit. And I just went on from there. You know, I got other update videos on the channel that's gonna bring you up to speed to my current position, what I'm doing now, and fill in some of the blanks that this video has about the journey to where I am now. But this is all to say that I went from construction to an IT career in 6 months with 0 experience, 0 background, nothing. It can be done. I know it can be done. You can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to have the drive and determination. I not only did that though, but I relocated to a whole new state, whole new city, a whole bunch of other things, got 2 degrees, was happening in the background while I was transitioning from construction worker to IT career. And like I said, it's October of 21, it's 6 years later. 6 years later, my income is far and above what it was when I was a construction worker and what my potential was being a construction worker. I done bought 2 houses, built one brand new. Life is great. As you can see, I'm in new surroundings. If you've been on my channel, you see my channel, my background's a little bit different in some of those videos because that was a whole different situation. We've upgraded, and the IT career field has loved me. It has taken care of me. It's been beneficial to me. It was the best move I ever made. Changing my career and moving to Dallas, Texas was one of the best moves I made in my whole life. Might be the best. So I said that to say, don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of changing your situation. Go for your dreams. Go for your goals. Anybody can do it. You just gotta stick to it. You gotta have the drive and determination. And you gotta cut out all the distractions in your life, all the distractions, hanging out with people, going to clubs, drinking, you know, kicking it. Cut all that out and you'll be surprised how much more time you have to develop your life, your career, everything. So with that, I'm gonna bring this video to an end. I appreciate everybody coming through and listening to me talk about, you know, my path, my journey. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you know what I'm saying? If you don't mind smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and if you like this type of content, you're interested in IT, you want to get in the IT field, you want to change your career, push the subscribe button. I'm putting out new content more and more these days. And click the little bell notification so you'll know when the new video pops and you can, you know, check it out. Be one of the first ones to check it out. So until the next video, appreciate you coming out. Thanks. Peace.